Good afternoon. Well, it's actually evening. I guess I'm used to doing the usual videos where it's good afternoon. Anyway, welcome to the live. I'm doing this little impromptu thing because I kind of want to run through the plans on the Tacoma with anybody who's interested because I've decided to keep it for a while because I'm waiting for the hybrid to come out, right? The hybrid version that's coming. Although it's not supposed to be till mid to late next year. So that means I have lots of time. I just saw a mosquito. You know, down here in South Texas, they're having an outbreak, well, not just here, Florida too, I guess, of malaria. Malaria? What are we, back in the 1800s? But anyway, they come from mosquitoes. So I'm out here in sweatpants. It's 85 degrees and humid, and I'm probably gonna start sweating to death. But anyway, I want to run through the plans of what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this truck for a while, and you know, if you watch the channel, top of the morning, Fergie, what's up there, buddy? So I'm going to run through it with you. We've got a lot more time to do things now than we had before, so it's time to get busy. I've kind of been throttling, throttle lag. Now, I'm not going to do a commercial. You know what I'm talking about. But I kind of been holding back a little bit because I don't want to spend a ton of money or make any big changes on the truck that could affect its value. But now I'm a little less concerned about that because we're keeping it for a while, not forever, unless of course I decide to keep it while I'm working with the other one. I just saw a thumbs up. By the way, if you're just joining or if you're watching after the fact, don't forget, hit the like or the thumbs up or whatever. It helps out the channel, the videos. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm using this wireless mic. I've never used it on a live stream before, so I'm hoping it's coming through clear, not obnoxiously loud or dull. So, to start off, I have to do something with the sport bar. You know, the roll bar, whatever that's on the back. I'm just not a fan. You guys can see it back there. I don't really dig the look. You know, I probably should have gone with the Black Horse, I think it's called, that I had before, because I like that one better. And the only reason, and it's peer pressure, the only reason I went with the one that I have on there right now is because I wanted to do something different for the channel. Because, you know, if you're running a YouTube channel and you're doing mods, you really can't do the same thing over and over and over, which I know I've done before. Audio seems fine. Now, about that cough. Allergies, Saharan dust coming our way. It's not a good thing. Oh, the cough for volume. Sorry, maybe I'll try to cover it up because I have allergies and we have this Saharan dust that's blowing across the ocean that's coming in, I think, now, or maybe it's just the allergies. I don't know. So anyway, I should have gone with the Black Forest before. That would have been the right way to go for me because I like that one better. And by the way, I am expecting a phone call, so if the live suddenly cuts off, you know I got the phone call. The phone overrides the video, so just the way it is with an iPhone, I guess. I should be on something else. So I'm considering replacing it, but if I do that, then I'm going to lose the tonneau cover. I don't know. I have a tonneau on the Gladiator, so I don't know if it's that important that I have two. This is the cheapo version. I could sell it, but let me say one thing. When I mention cheapo version, I'm talking about just inexpensive, not that it's a bad cover. So far, this Tiger style cover has been the best one that I've ever had as far as water and stuff goes. It just does not leak like the hard covers do. I have a much more expensive one on the Gladiator out there, and water comes in. So it would be a good cover for somebody else, I guess. I'm sure I could sell it independent. I'd have to clean it. It's a bit dirty, as you can see, but that's Saharan dust or pollen, who knows. So that's the plan as far as the sport bar goes. Now, bumpers. I love bumpers. And since I did the Highline bumper, I've decided that I am perfectly capable in doing so. In other words, you have to do some cutting down here on the front. It's a little bit scary at first when you do that, right? I mean, you're cutting up the front of your truck. I had to cut down here along the side and then down that way. And that was a bit daunting. You know, when you have your truck and it looks great and you start cutting up the front of it, you only get one shot. I mean, if you screw up, you're screwed, right? Now, the good thing about it is they provide this weather stripping kind of stuff that fits over your cut. That hides a lot of mistakes, but if you're wavy or off, you can see that in that weather stripping. It does not hide it if it's really off. It just hides little imperfections, and of course the edges when you actually cut it. But I'm thinking about doing something even more extreme, more of a cut for me. I'm thinking of getting into right underneath here, below the fog lights. I've seen a bumper out there. I've actually seen a few that I like. They're the tubular style. They kind of go across the front there with tubes that kind of join together in like a sideways V, if you will. I'm sure you've probably seen them. The problem is finding them. I found one I really liked, and it's one I would consider doing, but there's like a 60 to 90 day lead time. 3 months? I mean, come on, I'm not gonna wait 3 months unless I have to get anything. So that was kind of a downer. I really liked that one. The company was called Southern something, I think. I don't know. But evidently they don't produce ahead of time. They produce to order, which I understand. Obviously, just in time is the way to go. You don't have to invest a lot of money in materials and things, right? You don't have to hold any inventory, but I don't dig that. There is another one. Oop, there's a little something out here. There is another one. It might be, I think it's CB or something like that. I'm new at looking at the other ones. Highline by Body Armor, I know all about, right? But these other ones, not so much. Now, there's two issues I have in doing one like I'm thinking across the front. And that is this wonderful TSS sensor that we have down here. I hate that thing. It's too bad it couldn't have been somewhere else, but I guess if they'd have put it anywhere else on the front, then it would be in the way of bumper replacements or anything like that. But the bar that comes up on this one kind of comes up right underneath here. And that would be out of the way, I think, depending on the angle of the TSS sensor. But that would be out of the way of the vision of that sensor. So it should still be okay. The other cool thing about this other one, and it might be overkill actually, is you can put fog lights in the edges of where that V is that I mentioned, down on the sides down there. The only issue there is there's already fog lights in there, and if you don't cut those out, then you're gonna have like what, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 fog lights in the front. Great for visibility, I suppose, but not so much looks. I mean, you don't want like a wall of fog lights, at least I don't, on the front of the truck. So that's kind of a drag. But that's what I'm thinking of doing. Worst case, and this would be a repeat, of course, would be to stay with the Highline bumper, because I really do like that one. I have experience installing it, so it would be pretty cool, I think. As far as the back, I would like to do something there as well. That's a bit more daunting, it looks like, although I thought the front was too, but you have to remove a lot of stuff back there. Not really a big deal. A lift. You know I love lifted trucks, right? And I didn't lift this one because of the issues you can have when you lift them, although hopefully I've learned something in my journey through modding where I wouldn't have that problem. I'd like to get this truck at least as high as little drink of the sweet tea. Fergie, it's not like your whiskey coffee out there, but it's just as satisfying to me. But anyway, I would like to get it up in the air. I would probably do something similar to what I did on the magnetic gray metallic that I had, the 2020, I think it was, or 2021. Maybe a set of shocks in the front, adjustable shocks, Fergie. And a set of adjustable shocks in the front to kind of raise it up, and just keep it the same in the back. I mean, I could go with the back, raise it a little bit higher back there, but I don't know if it's necessary. You know, I think the look of the truck with the same wheels and tires that I have on there now would be perfect for what I'm trying to achieve. Although, you know, the blue Tacoma that I had, that Voodoo blue, I'm never going to get over that truck. Excuse me, 3.5 inches or so, looked pretty good on that truck. The only issue I had with it was it looked like it was getting ready to blast off. You know, the front end was kind of pointing up like Baja style. Not really digging that. So some kind of a lift. Before I forget, we're going to do something else. Might as well do something while I'm on here. I got to hook up the Honda back here so that I can charge it. Let's go ahead and do that before I forget. I have the charger sitting out there, so we're ready to go as far as that's concerned. And what I'm doing, I'm not driving this car much because I am going to trade it. And if you watch the channel, then you already know what I'm trading it for. Love the channel, Rob. Learned quite a bit. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And do me a favor, if you haven't, hit that thumbs up button while you're on here. It helps out the stream. So we're going to hook up the battery tender, not really a charger. They call it a smart charger and maintenance. This is what I'm using, in case you're interested. It's called EverStart. I'm not sponsored by these people. For the trolls out there that say everything I talk about I'm getting paid for, that's not true. So we're going to hook this thing up. We're going to go, if I can get the cover off. Looks like this is a two-handed job. There we go. We're going to go positive and then negative. I always get confused as to which way is the right way to go, but that's the way I'm going. So I'm going to get the positive on there. And let's get the negative on there. There we go. And then we're just going to simply plug it in. This is not rocket science, pretty easy to do, right? And let's take a look at the tender, see what it does. It should light up in a second. There you go. It shows 90. I guess that's, well, now it's dropped to 70. So, nope, back to 90. I don't know. This is the under the hood of the Honda, by the way, in case you're interested. I know a lot of people are going to say, I'm not here for a Honda. Well, I think it looks pretty cool. Anyway, we've got that thing charging now. What I'm doing is I'm trading that car, as I mentioned. We are buying a Toyota Prius, the new Toyota Prius. This is the redesigned with more oomph. It should be pretty cool. Something completely different for me. I've never had a hybrid before, so it should be fun, I hope, to try. And it should be pretty quick. It should be quicker than the Honda. We shall see. The Honda is a 6-speed manual, though, so you know, I kind of control how it accelerates, if you will, for what the engine has to offer. We'll see. I'm having a hard time finding one. They are in short supply. I'm working with a dealer now trying to get one in. The original one that I had ordered, and this goes the same for the Tacoma, I'm sure. I mean, they're both Toyotas, right? But the one that I ordered has been in the US, these are built in Japan, has been in the US since February, and it's got some kind of a campaign against it, so it's missing something. I don't know what that would be. I don't know why it's been sitting and waiting for, what, February, March, April, May, June, July, almost 5 months. That to me is absurd. There's no reason that it shouldn't be here, and that scares me. You know, any vehicle that sits around for that long, out in who knows what kind of conditions, could have some kind of a problem. So I'm a little leery when it goes for something like that. Now, Tacomas, of course, we don't have that problem that I'm aware of. They seem to go as soon as they're built. The only thing you have to be leery of, I guess. Good morning, Rob. I hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, Dennis. So they go pretty quickly. I know that because when I was looking to get this one, I saw some in allocation. I was looking for different colors, right? And they were going quick. It got down to Barcelona red or I think black maybe. No, it was Barcelona red. That's the only one they had. And then that one sold as well. They did, I wanted originally, before I got the electric line back here, I wanted mosquitoes or bugs, gnats. We have gnats here too. We have everything here. You know, if you like insects, Texas is the place to be, especially South Texas. You know, I'll tell you something gross. I have cameras on the house, and I got a notification the other night that there was movement. I get notified when there's movement. So I pulled up the camera, and there is a cockroach about this big right in front of my camera on the garage. It's just, you know, chilling. It's nighttime. They're out hunting, looking for other cockroaches, you know. And it's disgusting. I pull this thing up and it looks like Godzilla on the wall, right? I'm like, are you kidding me? There is a cockroach on my wall big enough to set my camera off. I mean, really? That doesn't even happen when there's like swarms of bugs and stuff flying when the light pops on. The cameras do have lights that come on too, by the way, just to light it up out there. Got to keep an eye on the Tacoma to make sure it's safe, right? Now, some other things. There are some interior things. I almost said internal. Some interior things that I'm going to do. We've got some chrome we've got to eliminate still. I've done these before. When they work, they work. There's no reason to change or reinvent the wheel, right? So I'm talking about the vent covers. The door handles I'd already done. I had those snap-on pieces. Let me show you that. Those snap-on pieces for the door handles. We'll show you this. You may have seen an install video on the channel for them, but they're right here. You can see these. These are actually covers. I hope you can see it. I can't see what you're looking at. But these are just covers, and they go on there very well. They don't move. They're not going to pop off. Matter of fact, it's a bit of a chore to get them off. So they're pretty handy for covering up the chrome door handles, which I really can't stand. Next up, let's see, we got another thing we're going to do, and these are just simple little things. On the mirror here, you'll notice I have the little concave, convex, whatever, the mirror, so that I can see down the side of the truck and see what I'm pulling up against. This is one of the handiest mods that I have because it saves my wheels and tires, man, and then, of course, whatever I'm rubbing up against or would be rubbing up against. So I need to get one for the other side. I don't have one there, and I have found that when I'm going through drive-thrus and stuff, which isn't that often. I mean, I don't go to drive-thrus every day, but when I do, it's nice to be able to look down the side and see where your wheels are, because I see a lot of scuffed up curbs from people going around those drive-through areas where they have such a tight, confining space. Got to get that for the other side. Matter of fact, I wonder if I might actually have one. Let's take a look. While I'm thinking about it, I'll just bring you guys with me. Pop the cabinet open here. Here's what I'm looking at. Some of my junk inside here. Various paints and caulks and things. I don't think I have one though. No, so I'm going to have to order one. You know, I had ordered them before and I had an extra and I dropped the stupid thing on the floor. Of course it falls face down and shatters the glass. I don't know. No issues with them on the truck. I did those mirrors after you did. They are beyond great. I know. They work really, really well and let you see so that you're not screwing up the side of your truck. And it's such a simple thing. The only thing I don't like about them, let me show you this, and I could have taken care of this, honestly, but I didn't, is the backing of them. You can see right here, it's white. It's actually tape. That comes off and there's tape there, I guess so that you could stick the mirror directly to the mirror. I wouldn't do that. But that's the only thing I really don't like. I should have painted that black or colored it black with a marker, something like that. That way it wouldn't have been as obvious or as visible in the mirror, I guess. But I didn't. I didn't do that. So anyway, those are just some things that I'm looking to do. Plans for the Tacoma upcoming. Since we're going to keep it for a while, probably till mid next year, the end of next year, whenever the new one is really available, the hybrid 4, I know, but that's what we've got to choose from, right? And if I'm going to do it, I want the Tacoma that has the most oomph. I want the completely redesigned Tacoma, not the one that's halfway there, the 4-cylinder turbo without the hybrid oomph or assist. Because I think that truck is going to be very similar to what you get in the Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger has a 4-cylinder turbo, and I think this new Tacoma is going to be pretty darn close from a performance or acceleration standpoint, a power standpoint, as what that Ford Ranger is. Who knows? Anyway, just wanted to get on, do a quick, it's been 21 minutes almost now, I guess, but hey, when I get talking, I just can't shut up. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you're not smoking in the heat like we are right now, because it is hot here. Thanks for joining. We'll see y'all later. Bye.